telling everybody the good news of Corey LaJoie, and I appreciate that.
She usually gets you there by preaching from across the top.
What's going on, y'all? This is Josh from Team Super Shoe, and welcome back to another episode of The Shoe Show. We are not talking about New Balances, no, we are talking about the one and only Corey LaJoie, the super shoe of NASCAR, and just anything NASCAR related. Super pumped to have you guys here today. We have on, well, Super Shoe himself, the shoe of The Shoe Show, Corey LaJoie. He gets to come talk to me and my co-host Derek Nelson, and we just catch up with him a little bit. Last time we talked to him was about a year ago, so pretty cool to talk to him. And not the most exciting of race weekend to capitalize with an interview, but we made the best of it. And I'm excited to see the rest of the year and how things are going to go. This past weekend is definitely not the example of where we're going. Where Corey Inspires going. It's, just a bump in the road. So otherwise, y'all, I appreciate you. If you could please like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening on the audio realm, please rate and review. And if you haven't hung out with us on Facebook, that's where it's all started. Team Super Shoe on Facebook. It's a group on Facebook. We have much more conversations there than we do here about Corey. Otherwise, y'all, let's sit back and relax. Bring on the shoe of the shoe show, Corey LaJoie.
All right, we'll start in 3, 2.
Man, well, I feel honored that y'all asked me to be on the shoe show.
All right, y'all, we are here with the one and only Corey LaJoie. Corey, how are you, sir?
Well, not gonna lie, not very good after our Richmond debacle last night. Just got done recording Sack and Pennies here at Nonsense Garage, but happy to be on this shoe show. So, yeah, I know you guys are putting the good work. Didn't give you a whole lot of good stuff to talk about this week, but that's why they give you so many of them, so you can just forget about it and move on.
Yeah, man. So how's everything else going? Obviously, it's a little bit of a bummer weekend, but how's life going? How's the new Stack and Pennies, and got the new kiddo coming along?
Oh, dude, life's a bit crazy right now. Just trying to get settled into the new shop and some new personalities over the team. That's been good. We've had, some bright spots, but haven't quite executed on some finishes. The new studio over here at Dad's shop, and calling it Nonsense Garage because there's a lot of nonsense being spit out within that space. If you guys wanted a quick tour, I can give you a little behind-the-scenes action on that.
Sure, man.
But yeah, it's just stressful and busy and a lot of hard work to run that bad like we did yesterday is pretty frustrating. So trying to compartmentalize that.
Yeah, I might have to.
How about now?
You look crisp now.
Jeez. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's all good, brother.
Shiny.
So there it is.
Nice. How long did it take to put those pennies on the floor there?
Bro, more time than I want to sign up for again. There's $65 worth of pennies there. Looks pretty cool. They're double stacked, naturally. Got a special in there.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's the wife and I spent a lot of time on that floor. And I'm glad it turned out pretty cool. It's hard to keep it clean, though. Got some stuff in here. So, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. These boys are chopping it up right now. Several cuss words are in the show today, so I got to edit those out. Where it happens, buddy.
Nice, man.
Well, you had a cuss word worthy day yesterday, so that's understood.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. Yeah, it was brutal. And y'all recognize that hood there? The Old Spice hood.
Yeah.
Bill,
Yeah.
birthday in Vegas.
I did my hair for him and everything.
Wow.
You know?
I could tell. I mean, you're not Sparks level, but you're getting there, bud.
Yeah, no, I can't do the hair. I can't do the line like he can.
Yeah, he does. Sparks has got the hard part.
Can you see me now, Corey?
Yeah, we're dialed in now. Sorry about the
Perfect.
difficulties.
All right, we're back. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back with Corey. And Corey, what we were talking about before, and just kind of the bummer of the weekend, and at Coda as well, and a lot of the Team Super Shoe was kind of encouraging to see them. There are always going to be naysayers, but a lot of Team Super Shoe's been around since like 2019 or so, back in the 32 days, and so. They were saying, this was a normal weekend years ago. So it's kind of refreshing to like have a bar higher and that we're bummed out,
Yeah, I guess it's all about perspective, right? I feel like we have all graduated to not feel like we should be in position to have runs like we did last night. And I think everybody would agree with that, especially at our place now. We shouldn't have those type days, which makes it even more frustrating. But yeah, there were days when we could not make a race with the 32 car and not break a fuel pump, right? And there was a day where when I drove the TriStar car, we'd blow up every other time we're on the racetrack. Generally, it would lose a motor. So in that regard, we've come a long way, but still a long way to go. And it's a good thing that we've raised the bar, but we still have a long way to go to raise the bar. But I think that it's hard to put the wind back in your sails after a night like that, especially, being so far off. It's frustrating not really honing in on exactly what it was that made the car drive so bad. But nonetheless, there's some that you point at and you really break down. Coda, we looked at length of, how to put yourself in different defensive leverage spots to not put yourself on the outside there and get kind of turned and lose all the track position we had from that good qualifying effort. But here at Richmond, you just kind of forget about it, move on to Martinsville, and hopefully you get a decent qualifying effort. We're probably going to be going out early, which sucks. But qualify well, have a good day in the pits, let the boys go to work and get us a track position and go put a solid day that we know we're capable of. And we just haven't since Vegas, or even Vegas. We running up front in the top 5 and lost a handle and lost some spots on pit road. Then we ultimately get spun out and backed in the fence. Phoenix got crashed. Richmond ran like crap. Wherever else something happened too. So yeah, the last 4 weeks have been tough. So we need to get a solid race in the books.
For sure, man. Well, one positive thing about the race weekends, it seems like you're getting more and more Corey LaJoie fans out there. You do you show up and do your meet and greets and all that, and hope you at least feel that we're extra hyped for you this year. We feel like this is the year that we're gonna get some things done. So,
I feel it, and I see it. I appreciate you guys, the support there. I want to. If anything, it's probably not a little added pressure because there's enough pressure added as well. But you guys sticking with me and bearing with me through the hard days. There's been a lot more hard days than good days, but I do think that there's some light at the end of the tunnel. We got a lot of good people over at our place building some fast race cars, and I'm excited to go. To some mile and a half tracks. Excited to go to Dover. Excited to get to Talladega here in the next couple of weeks to try to put ourselves in the hunt, because all it takes is 1 week that can turn your entire season around.
Right. Yeah. Well, normally I have my other trusty co-host here, as you know, Mike Bostic. He wanted me to let you know that he's out stacking pennies of his own. He couldn't make it today, but I do have my buddy here, Derek Nelson, who is a big fan, and he had kind of an interesting story of meeting you I think it was for the first time out at Talladega, and he's bummed out that he didn't buy you a cheeseburger.
Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten over it. Shu and we had this conversation briefly at the Arctic display last year. So I think what the cheeseburger visit was a matter of necessity, just pure sustenance, not necessarily because you heard good things about their cheeseburgers.
It's true.
But I mean, with the fans, back in the day, you would have your diehards that are still around, and now you get your casual fans. And as Josh had touched on, we're all here for you, and I hope you're feeling that. My question for you, one of the ones that kind of pops up in my head, last year, this had Grandpa's car on track, not getting produced as a die cast. And obviously, if you look behind me, I'm a collector. So, as far as the die cast goes, how much say-so do you have personally over what gets produced? And is there a die cast that hasn't been produced in the past that kind of just grinds your gears?
Well, appreciate the stacking pennies nod there. I have absolutely zero say on diecast. I don't really know how that game works, to be honest with you. Sometimes they get made, sometimes they don't. They meet minimum order quantity on pre-sale, then I know they show up like a year and a half later, and then all of a sudden they want me to sign a bunch of them. That's really all that I know about diecast. There's some one-off people that wrap diecast cars, so I was able to make car like the 7-Eleven, like the hat you're wearing, throwback car, because we had the road crew guys' names on one side, pit crew guys' names on the other side. So I made all those guys a diecast car, signed it for them, and gave it to them because that was pretty neat car based off of I guess that car. Where's the camera? That car right there. Right. Oh, it's backwards. I'm trying to figure it out. Right there. So that was pretty cool to get those guys. Yeah, but there's the face card didn't actually meet minimum order quantity, which I wasn't surprised about. I wouldn't want to buy one with my face on it either. The Scooby-Doo car, I think, is still one of my favorites. And they say those cars go for a couple $100 on eBay because they only made a little bit of them. And that's still probably my favorite paint scheme because I had a lot to say with that with Tom Keene, CorvetteParts.net. Those guys were awesome, and they gave me a lot of say in what I wanted to do for that Halloween weekend paint scheme. And I said everybody wants to drive the Mystery Machine, and fans seem to love it, and that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool thing they did.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, there's cars within that price range of the Scooby-Doo car if you go on eBay, and another car that's close to that price range is Wendell Scott's 65 Galaxy. So y'all have that in common, the bucket list die cast that collectors want to get, but you may have to mortgage the home or just kind of auction off a child or something like that to be able to afford it.
Yeah, it'd be worth it, I think, especially if it's your least favorite child.
Well, if they're a teenager, definitely, because you can get some work out of them that way. Yeah.
Right.
But something else I wanted to touch on. So last year, I went down to watch you run at North Wilkesboro, and a little bit of time the Schluter car was on track. It was sexy, super sexy, nice. And while I was down there, I discovered that the Days of Thunder barn was like right plopped in the middle of a city next to a strip mall. And
yeah.
And I enjoyed seeing it because I'm just
right behind an Advanced Auto Parts.
Yes, and there used to be a Golden Corral there, from my understanding, like right in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Being a fan of Days of Thunder, you've got the Rowdy Burns, prized possession, autographed and everything. It's kind of falling apart in a little bit of disrepair. If you decided to take that on as a pet project, what would you do with the Days of Thunder barn?
It's a great penny for your thoughts question. I just think that make the ultimate man cave. Make the floor so you wouldn't fall through. Put some cool stuff on the walls. Probably find a Cold Trickle show car of some sort. That 1990 Lumina or Monte Carlo. I think it'd been a Monte Carlo or 89, and just sit in there with some real dramatic lights. And just some give me some loving on repeat on the PA system inside there. So that's probably what I would do. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Usually I just think of these things off the cuff, and Josh is like, no, you've got to be more structured with your interviews because we don't want to waste a man's time. So I don't want to waste your time, sir. Yeah, this is something I wanted to touch on too. So this week you've got some extended weeks off because of the Olympics and whatnot. And we noticed as fans last year and years prior, you pack the kiddos up in the RV, put the wife in there, and then y'all go taking road trips and everything. So I'm gonna assume it's a little different this year with y'all now having the private plane. But
no, it's getting painted, so it's out of service for a little bit. Yeah.
So
I'm putting flames on it.
There you go. That adds what, like 10, 15 horsepower?
For sure.
You gotta make them chrome. That adds you an extra like 20, 25.
That like Darrell Waltrip Kmart car style.
Heck yeah, just full Jeff Gordon that thing, man. Chrome flame. But so from your childhood, being that Big Ran was out there running and getting championships and winning races, is there a road trip vacation, excuse me, or any vacation from that time frame in your life that sticks out as one that you like to think about from time to time?
Yeah, so every year when we would get off school, it was probably 3 or 4 years in a row, when we get off school, end of May, we would do like a 6-week, almost a 2-month trip, and so stay on the road. We'd go, Gateway, we'd go to Nashville, we'd go kind of all over. We went and saw the Grand Canyon, we went and saw Niagara Falls, in all the motorhomes. So that was a lot of fun, a lot of memories made there with Casey and my family there. So, and I want to be able to share those experiences too with my family. So my kids are a little younger than I was at the time when Dad was traveling and having success. So hopefully I could stick around and not have as many runs like we did last night. Hopefully we can have some better runs and stick around for a couple more years and be able to travel with the family, and be able to see those things and be able to do all the cool stuff that my job allows me to do. But man, having that motorhome has been a game changer for us, and just the amount of time we're spending over the weekend riding bikes and seeing the cool stuff. So yeah, it's been doesn't make financial sense with an S, but it makes a lot of family sense. And it costs a lot of sense as well.
Cool. So I think I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you answering these questions. And I'm gonna pass it back over to the leader of the show here, so that way he can ask you some questions that he may have.
Yeah. So Corey, you just got done recording your Stacking Pennies. I'm sure it's come out tonight or tomorrow. And something you mentioned last year on Stacking Pennies was your story about your pre-race prayer and giving the race over to God and realizing that you can't do this alone. Wanted to know if things have gotten better, if it's helped you, and any updates with that.
I definitely continue that every week and try to hold the outcomes loosely, but it's hard to hold it loosely when you put so much work and effort and attention to having a positive outcome, because your outcome is the only thing that's measured. The little number next to your name doesn't lie. There's a lot of things out of your control, right? There's a lot of variables that sometimes work in your benefit, and there's a lot of variables sometimes that work on the contrary. But yeah, it's hard to keep that perspective, man. That's what my battle is every week, is wanting more on the competitive side and trying to be the best I can be in the car as well as out of the car, and balance family and balance preparing like a professional athlete. So yeah, it's hard. It's a constant battle. Sometimes, you got to swing the pendulum to the family a little bit more. Sometimes you got to swing the pendulum to the professional side a little more, and you can't do both. And you can't do both, with every bit of your emotional and mental capacity. So trying to balance that, it's frustrating sometimes when you feel like you're putting all the work you possibly put in. And you're getting better, and then the results seem to show the opposite. So that's a bit confusing where we're at right now. And what's been on my heart is just that are you done trying to do it yourself? And even when you're done trying to do it yourself, and sometimes it still doesn't go how you want it to go, but it's really not my will at all. I just try to show up wherever I'm at and be the best person I possibly can, and treat people well, and whether it's podcasting, whether it's driving a race car, whether it's being in post-race meetings, or being a dad and a husband at home. I try to be present, try to be plugged in, and live by the book. So it's, I don't know. I'm in a weird phase of life right now, not being where I want to be competitively, wanting to strive for more, wanting to get a little bit more, and feeling a little bit of a headwind there. As of seeing glimpses of it, seeing glimpses of qualifying well, seeing glimpses of running the top 5. I feel like myself and our team's capable of. We just haven't had the results to back that up on the back end. So, I think if we get some confidence there, racing up in the mix, and start actually bagging those finishes when we have the capabilities of doing that, I think we're able to, and just figuring out why we haven't is what we need to be working on and focus on here lately.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't really have the wise words of what to say, but one thing I did want to say is that you do have your backing is getting bigger and bigger on Team Super Shoe, and we're close to 300 followers on Facebook or on YouTube and all that. And Team Super Show, I think we're at like 4,000. And when I came along like 4 or 5 years ago, it was like 50. So it's growing, man. And we believe in you. So
one of these days it's going to be a hell of a party.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you, man, what is it like? Years back, there was a Twitter account that said, "Did Corey crash today?" And, now you have your own fan show. We talk every other Sunday, and we get to do cool things on here. I mean, hopefully it means something to you, and hopefully we're not putting pressure on you, but more of confidence in that you're excited.
Yeah, not at all, man. I appreciate the effort you guys do, and the support you guys offer. It's weird to see people wearing your merch and stuff with your name on it. Still getting used to that, but ultimately, I think we just keep trending in the right direction, keep running well, competing in the top 10, not have days like we had yesterday very often, and keep those few and far between. I think, and also just being diligent. There's going to be weeks when you run like that, but how do you overcome it? How do you rebound? And we're going to see how we bear down as a group and figure it out, and strengthen our weaknesses. And because nobody likes to get kicked in the mouth like that, and we certainly got kicked in the mouth. But with Sparks and Roy and everybody, our team, Doug Ducart, we're going to have hard conversations, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it, because we're all capable of doing it. We just have to trim the fat and rebound, and know we can go execute to the best of our abilities.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Well, this weekend is Martinsville. I've always found that this is a race that you have had some good promise at. I remember that race, I think it was 2 years ago, where, you I don't know if you're leading, but you're doing really well, top 10. And then you guys had that wreck on pit road, and you guys have always had some promise there. So I wanted to know what you think about this weekend. And do you have any like favorite memories from Martinsville, whether or not as a driver or a fan or anything like that?
Yeah, we I think we run an 8th when we got in that incident there that one year with the 8 on pit road. So we've ran well there. We've been really bad there as well. It doesn't take very much with this next gen car to miss it and be dead last. So we've struggled there. We've ran well there. Hopefully, we can bring a pretty good car there that can be competitive. And I think that any place that you've been in Victory Lane, and it's a place where I've got grandfather clock from and I modified a couple years ago. So you have a little more confidence going there than you do other places. So we need it. We need a good run. We need a little confidence booster back with our 7 team and get some points back that we've been giving up the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, brother. Well, before we wrap things up here, man, we thank you for your time. We have been running for the past, actually since Daytona. So it's been a few months. We've been running a contest called LaJoie in the Fiesta, where everybody goes and eats some Chili's, wears the Corey stuff, and hashtags it. And we're trying to show Chili's that, the fans are out there and supporting and hoping they're coming back. And we got an honorable mention and a contest winner. I was wondering if you could let us know who they are.
Yes. So the honorable mention is Rita. Hey, look at eating at Chili's, chips and salsa. What she got there? Some chicken crispers. So appreciate that support. She's wearing the Knee Goose shirt, so she's all in. Team Super Shoe, appreciate that. Need to get you some gift cards. I might have an inkling that we might be seeing Chili's on the car a little bit more, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Would love to see that happen. That was cool to represent that brand, and I think they were pretty pumped up about the 1.5 billion impressions on social media they got from the 500. So hopefully we can capitalize on that and do it some more. And I forgot the name. Something with a C.
Cynthia, congratulations. You are the giveaway winner. Let's see what we got there. Having the kids, eating at Chili's, a bunch of is that the trio? Some Southwestern egg rolls, some sliders, some wing. Everybody loves Chili's, man. So appreciate y'all for supporting. What do they get? Well, Derek, why don't you talk? This has been all his baby. So,
well, they get the grand prize winner gets a $50 gift card to Chili's, so they can go back there and do the 3 for Me or an El Presidente if they need a break from the kiddos, or and obviously lots of ranch. I think I know somebody that likes the ranch sauce on everything except for maybe an El Presidente, and some free LaJoie swag.
That was a little scripted. I don't like ranch as much as they wanted me to say that I like ranch.
Yeah, man, and we're going to throw them some Corey merch, of course, and getting shout out by the favorite race car driver. So it's got to be pretty cool. Hey. So hopefully they enjoy this.
Yeah, appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you for the support. We will overcome, because the only way is through, and we got the right fellas, and we're going to bring a hot rod to the track this week to the paperclip, and we're going to be in the mix.
Awesome. Well, Corey, man, we appreciate you. Stay safe out on the racetrack, and go get it this weekend.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, brother. See you.
Thank you.
See y'all.
Corey, once again, thank you so much for coming on the Shoe Show. It means a ton that you spend the time with us and get to know us. And man, it's just been a pleasure to be able to keep all of the fans entertained. And I'm a fan myself. At the end of the day, I get to do something pretty damn cool, which is get to talk to my favorite race car driver and my racing heroes. So pretty cool. Make a lot of good friendships out of it. And man, if it wasn't for you guys, this is just so cool. So otherwise, and congratulations to Cynthia Harris. She is the winner of the LaJoie in the Fiesta contest. I appreciate her. She is a very dedicated fan, and she bought her merch, had to kind of wait for a little while. But when she finally got her merch after it took a bit, she made it count, and she not only took a picture in front of Chili's, but inside Chili's, her food. She legitimately had a fiesta with her family. And that's what it's all about, is enjoying the food and having a good time, having a fiesta. So pretty cool. And hopefully Chili's comes back soon and gets back on Corey's car, because that was pretty cool. So otherwise, y'all, I appreciate y'all. If you could, please, again, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. If you're on the audio realm, please rate and review. And if you haven't hung out with us on Facebook, please do so. It's a group on Facebook called Team Super Shoe. We have a lot more content and conversation there than we do here. Otherwise, y'all, appreciate y'all. God bless. Stay safe. Go Corey LaJoie.